We're back once again, only on its last call. Last call of the alcohol, only on the lastcallpodcast.com. Joining me here on location, this man here, Will. He is fighting once again, and as you know, when he fights, it's must-see TV. He is action-packed a minute, and we're excited to have him on the show. I give you once again, the pain is here. I give you Max Payne Griffin. Max, let's start off here with once again, it's you, Michael Morales. It's UFC Fight Night. This will be maybe for two in a row again. How nice is it where you're actually now like on winning streaks? You're turning a corner. You're getting benefit of split decisions, which we talked about in the past. Like it happened, all of a sudden you're like, God damn, split decisions. I can't get any one of those things to fall in my favor.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. No, we got some momentum, man. We've been crushing. We've been putting people away, busting people up. 5 straight, if you ask me. 5 straight. That Neil Magny shit, that's for the birds. I got paid for my win bonus for that. So as far as I'm concerned, 5 in a row. Let's go.
So let's talk about your opponent. He's 14-0. So everybody already is calling him the next big thing. He's, this a Mexican, fighting Extreme Fitness Machada, fight out of Mexico. How good is he? From what you've seen, what is he? What makes him an effective fighter? And how much are you looking going? Okay, let's pump the brakes here. He's not, the next world beater.
I mean, he might be, but he's not gonna beat me. He's 14-0. 10 of those wins are, questionable against guys, little Mexican dudes with t-shirts. He's good. He's had success lately in the UFC, had a Contender Series fight, I think 2 UFC fights. He's just another young gunner. To me, he's another young gunner. 14-0 for Mexico. They're pumping him. But they got the wrong guy. They shouldn't have gave me this guy. They shouldn't have for his stock, they shouldn't have put him against me. Yeah. No, I mean he's a counter puncher. That's about it. Long reach. He's young. That's about it.
How much do you like those kind of fights where it's like, all right, he's not going to pull guard. He's not going to do any of the submission stuff. You don't have to worry about him wrestling me. But this is a guy you look and go, okay, it's going to be stand and bang. He's going to try to counter me. I faced those guys and I know how to take care of him because, hey, I fought a guy like Tim Means the last time out who's a lot like him style wise.
Yeah, what people tend to forget is who I've beaten and what I've done in my UFC career, and it's in my career. To put me against this new guy, like I haven't seen anyone with long reach, or I haven't seen anyone with knockout ability. This is UFC, man. This isn't the backyard boogie. So I got plenty for him. He's not gonna be able to handle what I do to him. He's not. Top to bottom, striking, grappling, pace, it's cardio. I got a lot for him, and I know I'm just too much for him. Too much. Like I like this kind of fight. Kind of pisses me off. I fought a few of these new guys that they've sent to me. Zalim Madaev, the 8-0 Russian, all knockouts, undefeated, beat him. Ramiz Brahimai, he was whatever 10-0, 8-0, all submission first round victories. Took his ear off. I like when they give me these guys, and I've looked lately. They've been getting a lot of these vets to these new guys. If you look recent last few months, Dana has been putting these new guys against us older vets for like last 4 or 5 months. I see the trend, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one to make anybody look good. That fights me. I'm gonna take this guy out.
Take me back to the last fight. It was you, Tim Means, and Tim Means is a tough guy.
Yeah.
He's been around. He can take a punch. He's a wily vet. how much, when you look back at that fight, was that one of those grueling fights where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to get rid of him. I know he's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, how much do you look? How much of that fight was for you? Like, all right, this is just a war of attrition. It's I gotta just win each round and focus on that, not try to focus on catching with something.
Well, I tried to catch him with some. I mean, I dropped him. I hurt him. Broke my hand though. I broke my hand the first big punch. When I dropped him, and then I basically had to out wrestle him and outdo him with one hand. Um, so that was more the difficult part. I didn't want to acknowledge that my hand was hurt, but I remember hitting him and seeing him just like wince and kind of crumble and then kind of activate again and come back. So yeah, he's one of those guys that I'm gonna keep trying to put him away, but I just had to be smart. I mean, if I only have one hand, man, I gotta put you on your back and control you. And he's a wrestling coach, so this kind of shows where my game's going. Um, Big ups to my teammate Anthony Hernandez, who just freaking whooped Edmund Shabazian a few days ago. Yeah, we've been working, man. We've been working. We've been working. Um, you know, um, I'm one of the toughest guys in the division. And
How much pride you take in you've come full circle, because it used to be you were just a striker, and now you've evolved. You're a complete fighter. You've worked on, it's you were not a guy who came from a wrestling background. You're not this all American wrestler. For you, you've had to work this. How much do you enjoy the fact that that win against Team Eats, it was like, all right, I couldn't do this a couple of years ago. Now I can do it.
it makes me happy to have two hands again, to be honest. To be able to wrestle a wrestling coach with one hand and then to get two hands. Yeah, my grappling has really evolved, which has helped my striking evolve. I'm just getting better. I'm not one of these guys that's getting older and just like kind of being lackadaisical in what they're doing. Like I'm still a white belt on my mind. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I still feel like there's no limit. There's no limit on how good you can get. Um, and yeah, it just shows my guys in the room, the guys I'm working with. Um, Easy money, baby. So I'm next. I'm next on the board.
We haven't talked about this in a while, and I wanted to get your thoughts now that it's passed, and it's been a while. But you're the last guy who fought Carlos Condit, during leading up to fight, you talked about it. He was one of your idols, and hey, but it's business. Is it a bit of a pain, a hurt, not a pain, but is there a bit of sadness, like, oh crap, I retired, but natural born killer? Because at one hand it's like, okay, this is business, but at the same hand it's like, oh, this, as you said, you would watch him, you looked up to him, and you were the guy that basically sent him retirement.
Yeah. See, you got to make me sad now, man. Shout out to Carlos Condit. Yeah, former champion. Um, yeah, I mean, if he was gonna retire, at least I'd rather have it, got my time with them before that. And me being the guy who to say that was just too fast for him, just too much. I'll take it. I'll take it as a compliment. But I'm such a big fan of Carlos Condit. Like you're saying, that you're making me sad just thinking about that I did retire him. But hey, um, it's part of my game. It's part of the game. Part of the feathers in one of my caps. And yeah, I've experienced. People act like I'm just gonna go in there and fight this new guy. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, look at my body at work, man. Yeah. I'm not scared of this guy. I'm not scared of this guy. Yeah,
I
numbers
was gonna
don't mean
say,
shit. If someone's undefeated, it means they haven't fought anybody. If you ask me, unless they're Habib or something, but he's not Habib.
how much do you look at your record, looking back and going, you know what? I haven't had an easy time, because everybody gets caught up, and you and I both know it. Oh, wins and losses. This guy, he has 9 losses. Oh, he must be suck. He must be terrible. And yet, we've talked about, like, for you, it was, oh, your UFC debut, Colby Covington. Oh, your third fight, Elias Zaleski. Oh, then it's Mike Perry, Curtis Millender, Tiago Alves. You beat Zem Amadaev, and it's Alex Morono, Alex Oliveira. how much do you look at your success the last, as you said, last 5 fights? And it's like, I just needed a break here and there. I just needed this. I had you because you, as you said, were put through the ringer. This wasn't, like, oh, a bunch of contender fights. It was trial by fire. You got to survive.
Yeah. Now we're surviving, we're thriving. And they give me this new guy. If anyone feel sorry for this fucker who's running into me on July 1st. I wish him the best after we fight, but sorry, buddy. I'm not the one. I'm taking this matchup personally. And I'm putting him away. I'm gonna prove a point to the UFC and him, like I said.
It's getting for you, and I bring up this up to Carlos Condit. You're up there now. You're 37, and trust me, you're still younger than most of us here. But if you're 37, you're a father of two. I know you're not done, but do you?
Yeah, no time soon. No time soon.
I was gonna say, but does it start to get to the point where you're like, oh crap, I want to do this only 4 or 5 more years. I want to start coaching my kids' t-ball teams. I want to be a father who doesn't have to miss, their football practices. Like, for you, how much is it starting to creep in? Like, I don't want to do this for too long.
I don't know.
I want to have a second life.
No, I would say more so. I've been setting up now. I had like an epiphany probably like couple months ago, 2 months ago. Like, yo, I'm not gonna fight forever. I'm not stopping anytime now, but I'm not gonna fight for 50 more years. Yeah, one of my boxing coach is 85, so I'm like, yo, that's 50 years older than me. Yeah, I'm definitely not stopping in the next few years, but I'm not gonna be fighting when I'm 50 more years. So I'm working on things now, setting up my now. So when I get to that later stage, I'll be ready. Doing a lot more like commentary stuff, working on my verbal skills. I got a lot more content coming out, fight previews, fight reviews, fight recaps, just getting those reps in. I'm into the card breaking stuff now with the Panini cards and the sports cards, doing that kind of stuff. I'm really working on doing stuff now, so when I get to that later stage, then it will just be a smooth transition. I don't want to be like 90% of these other fighters that fight and then they're done fighting and they haven't done shit for themselves. There's nothing set up for them to do. I don't want to go work at Walmart or whatever. Older age, I want to do something along the fight lines, commentating, podcast kind of stuff, entertainment kind of things, even like public speaking, going down that route as well. So I'm working on that shit now. So when I get there, it'll be ready for me.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, he'll be UFC Fight Night, July 1st, and he'll be taking on Michael Morales. I give you the Pain himself. I give you Max Payne Griffin. Max, before I let you go, where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel if you have it? And who are the sponsors going to be for this fight coming up on July 1st?
Let's see. So I'm everywhere on social. Instagram, I'm Max Payne Griffin. Twitter, I'm Max Payne Griffin. Follow me on LinkedIn, Max Payne Griffin. Twitch. I mean, really everything Max Payne Griffin. YouTube, Max Payne Griffin. Follow my newsletter. The link's in the bio. There's a lot of good stuff for my newsletter. It's weekly. Ton of good stuff. If you're not subscribed, Chris, you need to subscribe as well. Sponsors. Sponsors always get me caught up. Yeah, sponsors aren't.
There's always one thing. Yeah, it's like the sponsors, like, oh, yeah, I gotta remember this person name, that person name. They're all over the place, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, my mind farted on the sponsors. We're still like collecting them. Yeah.
All right, so we can announce have a different date. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to have it's Max Payne Griffin. When we come back, well, we got a lot more going on. Only on its last call of the alcohol. Only on the Last Call Podcast.com.